What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have a battle submission from fellow content creator PurpleKyogrePvP, who reaches legend with Steelix, Quagsire, and Decidueye, a very spicy and cool team to be running in the Jungle Cup. We are at the very end of this long and grueling 2-week Jungle Cup meta. I hope you guys enjoyed it, or if you guys didn't, get ready for the Great League to be coming back. Me personally, I think the Jungle Cup meta was actually pretty good. There was a good amount of variety. I know it was pretty dense, but there was some variety that could be had and a lot of cool teams that you guys could have run. I had fun. I hope you guys did. And shout out to PurpleKyogre. Huge congrats on hitting legend. And let's go ahead and get right into this video. Alright, getting into the first battle, Steelix, Quagsire, and Decidueye. We do have Steelix on the lead here versus a Pelipper. So this is kind of an interesting matchup. The Weather Ball will be doing super effective damage, but what's really cool about Steelix is the Dragon Tail Psychic Fangs combination. That can be pretty deadly, considering that you can do a lot of neutral damage. Now, Weather Ball isn't going to one-shot. The Pelipper decides, obviously, to throw it, as we will see an actual swap out, and Decidueye is going to go ahead and come into the Vigoroth. Now, Decidueye, pretty glassy. I think a Rock Slide is going to do quite a bit of damage as they decide to no shield, and it was the Rock Slide, and yeah, that's a good amount right there. Counter as well is resisted thanks to the added Ghost typing, but PurpleKyogre is looking to overload on energy right here, trying to get the double Frenzy Plant. Now, he is running with Brave Bird on the Decidueye here. I'm sure Spirit Shackle could have some play as well, but Brave Bird is obviously going to be a very hard-hitting move in this meta, as the Frenzy Plant will land, maintaining switch advantage, and a second one ready to go. This is perfect. Decidueye able to get this neutral damage down, get a shield as well, and also not have that much health, so the Pelipper doesn't get that much energy. Steelix is going to go ahead and come in and look to go for a crunch. This isn't going to KO the Pelipper, but Pelipper does have to be a bit careful now, as this will do a good amount of neutral damage, and they get a defense drop. That is huge here for PurpleKyogre, as he's going to go ahead and shield this next Weather Ball, and he might just be able to farm down with Dragon Tail, as we do see a swap out, and it is going to be Quagsire, so he's going to go ahead and go for the Psychic Fangs. This is perfect. This sets up the mirror in such a positive manner for his own Shadow Quagsire here, that the Aqua Tail spam is going to be unreal. The damage that can come out from a Shadow Quagsire in this situation is pretty deadly, as we will look at that. I mean, come on, that's an Aqua Tail, like 4 mud shots, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5 mud shots to get to it. It's incredibly spammy, and this is looking to be a good game too. 3, yeah, it's 4 mud shots to get to the Aqua Tail. That is very, very spammy. He's going to go ahead and no shield the next charge move, rightfully so. Once again, maintaining the energy right here, or the shield, even shield, so that Steelix can Dragon Tail down the Pelipper, because that is how this game will be won, as we do see a shield there. We see a swap out into the Pelipper here to catch the charge move. Steelix is going to have to come onto the field right away, and hopefully they can fast move down before, yeah, they should be able to fast move down. There's no way Quagsire gets the 2 mud bombs, so that is going to be a good game, very well played. Alright, moving into the next one. This looks to be the final set here. We do have Steelix on the lead versus Shadow Steelix. Okay, mirror fight. Is anyone running, or are they running Earthquake, right? You always got to fake it till you make it, as we see PurpleKyogre looking to load up on energy, and rightfully so. The opponent actually decides to throw right away. And PurpleKyogre knows that this is no way it can be an Earthquake. It is just going to be a crunch. He can easily overload now, go for the Earthquake energy, and now throw a crunch for neutral damage. This puts the fear in his opponent's eyes, and rightfully so. He does get a shield, which is perfect, as they now will charge attack priority, and PurpleKyogre is able to overcome right here in the mirror match, as the crunch should be able to land for a good amount of neutral damage. The question is, will he give up a shield here on this second crunch? No, he's going to go ahead and let it go. We will see a swap out now into Shadow Quagsire to get a how down energy, and in comes Dragalge. Very interesting. Quagsire could obviously be running Mud Bomb in this situation. Stone Edge is still going to be great, and the opponent decides to no shield, as that will do a lot of neutral damage. I know it says super effective, but this is visual errors that we do have in the game. It's all over the place. You guys have seen it. But now the Aqua Tail here is going to be enough to knock out, even though the Dragalge is part Dragon typing, which is perfect. Quagsire is going to be able to maintain switch advantage and 1-to-1 shields with a bit of energy as well. A nice opportunity to maybe land a free Aqua Tail here against the Steelix. Steelix is definitely not going to be able to survive this damage, so we will see. Oh, boom! I thought we were going to see a shield. In comes Shadow Dragonite, and this is now a very tough situation. Steelix is going to have to come onto the field to do as much damage as possible, and I think Decidueye will go down. Unfortunately, Shadow Dragonite in the 1-to-1 shield scenario here is going to be able to outpace. The Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw is just too oppressive for the Ghost Grass Decidueye here, as this is going to be a good game. There's really nothing they can do. Unfortunately, their Steelix did not have enough health in order to potentially win this game. They will decide to go for the Hail Mary Frenzy Plant, but the opponent is obviously going to be giving up their final shield to secure the win, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one. Steelix, Shadow Dragonite. Now, this is a much better matchup on the lead. Obviously, we will see a swap out into Vigoroth, and Decidueye is quickly going to come in. Now, we'll have to see if PurpleKyogre is going to be able to manage the energy effectively so that he can potentially land a Brave Bird against the Shadow Dragonite. Will he need a Brave Bird in order to put pressure down on shields? Maybe not. Double Frenzy Plant might just be enough, as we will see the first Frenzy Plant be thrown right here, and Vigoroth in a position to potentially shield. No, decides to let it go. All right, here we go. It's a race to the Brave Bird. Obviously, really hopeful to land it. Decidueye has a good amount of health remaining, but Shadow Dragonite can get a lot of energy in this situation. This is going to be pretty close. No, not able to get there in time. Oh, no, but Steelix can come in and start putting down pressure. He's going to have to give up a shield here, as the superpower has to be respected. And now we will likely see a swap out. Dragon Claw Shield Bait. We will likely see a swap out, and it's going to be Lantern. So a Psychic Fang will be thrown. This is going to soften up that Lantern for the Quagsire matchup. A Shadow Quagsire here does not have Mud Bomb. Again, it's a unique moveset being run, that being the Aqua Tail Stone Edge combination. But Quagsire can still do very well in this matchup because of the ability to only take neutral damage from Surf and also resisting the sparks. Now, they're going to have to go for Aqua Tails because the opponent obviously has to fear the Mud Bomb, and there's no point in throwing the Stone Edge because they do have 2 shields remaining. I eat my own words. The opponent is calling the baits right here. Aqua Tail is going to be thrown. It still does a good amount of damage as the Lantern decides to no-shield it, and now the PurpleKyogre, wanting to get a little bit lower on health, has an Aqua Tail ready to go. Dragonite has 2 shields remaining and a good amount of energy still. So this is going to be very interesting to see if he can get to the Steelix in time. Will Dragonite get to 2 charge moves? 1 more Dragon Tail should seal the deal, and he's able to secure the win. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have Steelix on the lead versus Shadow Dragonite. Once again, very positive. Likely going to see a safe swap here into Vigoroth like most teams. And no, the opponent's deciding to stay in. This is very interesting. This is a huge tell that they are weak in the back to Steelix. They are core broken by an ABA formation, as the Dragonite is going to go ahead and throw Superpower, and Steelix will stop it. And we do see a Steelix swap in, so they're going to opt to go for the Crunch here, apply some neutral damage, hopefully get that debuff, and then we will see that Shadow Quagsire come onto the field very quickly, as the Mudshot Aqua Tail spam is going to be very oppressive. Now, Quagsire in this kind of position, knowing that it can absolutely dominate this matchup, really needs to ensure that it overloads on energy. I know the Aqua Tail is being thrown right away here, but there might be an opportunity to potentially fully farm down with Mudshot, which is exactly what's going to be done, as they will have energy here on the back end for that Shadow Dragonite. Aqua Tail, honestly, gonna be enough to put pressure down, because the Dragonite took a lot of damage from the fast move from Steelix. As you guys can see, they're so low, even the Dragon typing resisting water here, it's going to be enough damage to knock it out. Boom, down it goes. And the final Pokemon is going to be a Buzzwole. So Aqua Tail going to be clutch here to even up the shields. And then we will likely see Decidueye now come out onto the field to try to finish this game. But they instead opt to come in with Steelix and go for the Psychic Fangs. Very interesting. The Psychic Fangs is going to be doing super effective, applying the debuff. And unfortunately for the opponent, the Dragon Tails are going to be really adding up, and they have to throw superpower in order to win this game. So Steelix going to opt to no shield. It is just going to be a lunge, and now we are going to see Dragon Tail put in some work. The Buzzwole does have a good amount of energy, so hopefully Decidueye here can fast move down, and it looks to be the case as they can safely shield this charge move no matter what, and we will see the lunge be stopped, and they should be able to win, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving into the next one, we have I had my mouse there the whole time? I have. I am so sorry. Another Shadow Dragonite. How many Dragonites are on the cusp of legend? A Skarmory swap in right here. This is very interesting. They can't stay in this matchup too long because the Steelix needs to stay aligned to the Dragonite for the Dragon Tail damage. So I imagine we see the Shadow Quagsire come in after this charge move. So no shield right here, rightfully so. Quagsire most likely coming out onto the field after the Sky Attack. No, deciding to stay in. All right. Looking to go for hard switch advantage. Crunch not going to be enough to KO here. Shadow Steelix might just be able to survive. And it does. Now, does it get to a Brave Bird in time? And they're now in a position where they might just have to shield. And they do. They decide to give up the first shield of this game. It was a Brave Bird, but now they can swap out into Quagsire and go for the aggressive farm down. Shadow Quagsire in this position, ahead on energy against the Shadow Dragonite, which is going to be coming in, can be very deadly. Stone Edge, obviously, incredibly powerful. Super effective damage, and the opponent has to fear the bait as well. Boom! See ya! And the final Pokemon is going to be a Vigoroth, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, was that the whole... No, we got some more. This is just, I believe it's 2 sets that were submitted. This gets him to 1994. How many of you were born during that year? I'm 91 myself. Get into the next battle. We have Chargebug on the lead. Very, very positive lead right here for Steelix. We will see a swap out, and it's going to be a Ferrothorn in the back. Kind of a tough Pokemon to be facing off against for this team because of how well it can core break it to some extent. It can do a lot of neutral damage here to Steelix. It can obviously dominate that Quagsire matchup, and it can resist a lot of the moves from Decidueye. So it's kind of an interesting Pokemon to be facing off against. They will come in with Decidueye now as they look to throw the first charge move. Could be Mirror Shot spam right here. Also has to watch out for Flash Cannon, but it is just going to be Power Whips, which still does a lot. Now, Decidueye here, unfortunately, does not have Spirit Shackle, so they're going to be forced to go for Brave Bird. But in this situation, considering what we saw on the lead, boom! It's okay if they lose Switch because they have Shadow Quagsire for the Chargebug, and they're looking to get to another Brave Bird, which is exactly what they're going to be able to do here, putting so much pressure now back on this Chargebug to get themselves the 2-to-1 shield advantage, but they will get aggressively farmed down by Chargebug, and now they have to come in with Steelix to try to wall this energy. Switch Clock, hopefully, I believe, was up here for PurpleKyogre. Yeah, it is up. We will see a swap out into the Pancake, and Shadow Quagsire is going to dominate it as they will get a surrender, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving to the next one. We have Steelix on the lead versus Quagsire. Oh, tough one. They're going to have to go into Shadow Quagsire Mirror right here, as Decidueye is the better answer to the Shadow Quagsire in the back, as the opponent is looking to throw the first Aqua Tail of this game. That was incredibly quick, right? It's going to be the Aqua Tail damage, and it does like 50%. That is nasty. Now, they are not... Oh, there's the swap out. Shadow Abomasnow coming in, and this is a beautiful situation to be in. Shadow Quagsire is going to be able to get to 2 Stone Edges right here for boom! See ya! deleted the Abomasnow, and unfortunately they don't go for the Aqua Tail, but they do have the opponent locked into this matchup, which is good. Decidueye is going to come out onto the field right away. Fast move pressure is coming in, and they get a surrender once again. PurpleKyogre is close to legend. All right, moving to the next one. Vigoroth on the lead. Very tough lead, but two decent answers in the back, and honestly, Steelix on the back end for this matchup with some energy can do well. We're going to see that Quagsire swap in right away. Aqua Tail spam is real. The opponent loading up on energy, trying to make a timely swap, but they decide to stay in and throw Body Slam. So PurpleKyogre is going to go ahead and respect it, stop that energy, and then look to overload, and the opponent is not swapping out. They must be very fearful of Quagsire. If I had to take a guess, maybe Talonflame in the back, maybe Skarmory. So let's see what it's going to be, as an Aqua Tail will be thrown here. If something in the back has neutral damage with its fast move, it's going to be coming in right now. Let's find out. No, they're staying in. Okay, Stone Edge now going to be thrown. PurpleKyogre really wants the ones. Yeah, able to get a shield right there, which is fine. He's going to get farmed down, but he can come in with Decidueye now and load up on energy. I'm very curious to see what was in the back. Maybe they're ABA strong to Steelix, so that might be the call right here, as the first charge move is going to be coming through. It's going to be that Rock Slide, right? A lot of neutral damage, as we have seen before. Decidueye, though, looking to go for the aggressive farm down, and they get it. Now, it's going to be Skarmory in the back. Steelix is going to come in, and it's going to be Quagsire back there, which is kind of tough. Psychic Fangs will do super effective damage, but unfortunately, this is going to be very tough for PurpleKyogre, and it makes a lot of sense why they didn't swap any Pokemon in to the Shadow Quagsire. Now, PurpleKyogre is going to go ahead and surrender. There's really nothing they can do. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. Steelix on the lead versus Skarmory. Really nice lead right here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Vigoroth safe swap. Let's find out. They're deciding to stay in. Interesting. Maybe they're weak in the back. I've seen a lot of double flyers in this meta. I've run it myself. I think I did, what was it, Talonflame and Talonflame and Dragonite. It's very strong in this meta, and they might be Dragonite in the back, which is why they're deciding to stay in with Skarmory. Now, had they had maybe Whiscash and a Vigoroth backline, we would have seen a swap out right away, but that is not the case. This is why it's so important to be reading what your opponent is doing and not doing, and start thinking about what might be the reason for that. So my guess, a Dragonite in the back, maybe another flyer, maybe something like Chargebug as well, as the Brave Bird will land, and we don't see a swap out as well, so the Crunch is going to be able to land for free right here, unless the opponent decides to give up a shield, which they don't. Skarmory goes down. We do see Whiscash come in, so I'm going to go ahead and load up on energy and go for a Crunch. This is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage, as this Shadow Quagsire, sorry, Shadow Whiscash, not Quagsire, my bad. Shadow Whiscash is going to get hit with a Psychic Fangs as well. This is so oppressive, as the Whiscash is going to get lower and lower, and Decidueye can easily come in now and look to go for the farm down. They just need to watch out for Blizzard. It's going to be Guzzlord in the back. That made a lot of sense. It wasn't the Dragonite, but it was weak to Dragon Tail from Steelix, which, once again, right at the beginning, I told you guys, Skarmory is not swapping out. There is a reason. I thought it was Dragonite. It was a different dragon. Same, but different, right? As we do see a shield given up there on the Aqua Tail. And this is such a tough situation to be in if you are PurpleKyogre, as he's going to have to no shield, because this game is basically over, as Brave Bird is just not going to be enough. Unfortunately, I think they're going to be going down to the Guzzlord Brutal Swing Dragon Tail combination, as this is just going to be too much damage. But they will opt to go for Brave Bird. Maybe, hold on. What if the opponent thinks it's Spirit Shackle Frenzy Plant? They do! Boom! Here we go! We are not done! Decidueye has an opportunity. Never fade PurpleKyogre's Brave Bird, as a shield is going to be given up. Mud Bomb's going to be thrown, but can the Whiscash get the skull? No! PurpleKyogre clutches it right there. When all hope was lost, you go for the boom. And was that the final battle? It was! PurpleKyogre, what an amazing final battle to hit legend. Huge congratulations. Again, shout out to to PurpleKyogre. Be sure to go check out his channel. I'll have it linked down in the description. He is a fellow content creator, an OG of this community, and that was a beautiful team to run to hit Legend, and a beautiful way to do it, right? The expectation that the opponent thinks it's Spirit Shackle and Frenzy Plant, but then throws a Brave Bird to secure the win. That is huge. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.